Alright guys, today we're going to talk about modified Knights 11s and spring setups. So spring setups really matter in Knights 11. Your typical GI gun would have a 16-pound recoil spring, about a 20-pound hammer spring, and everything else is just about standard sizing. You can get them everywhere. Wilson Combat will sell springs for like $1 to $5 a piece. Now the spring rate in the Knights 11 matters because you're either going to get a gun that jumps a lot when you shoot it, or a gun that shoots really smooth, or you'll need something with a beefier recoil spring. You're shooting like a 10 mil like this, or like a 45 Super, because you need to retard the timing and have better lockup. Now with a 45 ACP gun, it usually typically comes with a 16-pound spring. 18.5 would be a lot better because the 18.5 will get past all the dirt and debris. The GI guns had a 16-pound spring in them, which didn't make them very reliable. They worked okay. You can definitely make a Knights 11 better just by hand fitting parts, but you need the proper springs and the proper magazines or your gun won't run. I use Medgars and Wilson Combats are usually the best. Ed Browns are great too, but you just got to pay attention to what you're doing. Now the reason why you want to go to the 18.5 instead of the 16 is because the lockup on the barrel and the link will be a lot better. And then it's going to push past all that dirt and debris, unlike the GI guns. GI guns worked pretty okay, but once they started getting really dirty, they started to have a little bit of a problem. Knights 11 isn't a Glock. You just got to accept it. It needs to be cleaned more often. It's a metal gun. These are precisely tuned machines. Glocks are thrown together in somebody's basement. Lighter springs will make your gun shoot a little quicker, but then you risk not being reliable. So you usually only keep that for competition guns. Having a gun that's slightly oversprung will be a little bit better than having a gun that's undersprung. So that's why I use an 18.5 instead of a 16. The Wilson Combat 316 G kit is like $15 or $20 on their website, and it will replace every spring in your gun, and it will be perfect. Also, if you're not using the correct spring setup with your magazines, your gun won't feed, and it will cause jams. A spring that has a little more oomph behind it will typically feed a gun a lot better. If you like this content, like and subscribe. I know this one was a little bit of a long one. I got more coming.